Wow, for a lot more people than I thought there would be, but okay, let's take this on. So, yeah, the title is on purpose. Who here uses images in their project? Wow. Okay, I'm in the wrong place, sorry.
Please console browser for the written.
Yeah, that's even better. So, if you use any images at all in anything that you're doing, you're probably doing a couple of things wrong. Now, I'm specifically saying web images because that's what I'm working with, and well, let's get to it. So, my name is Riesen. I'm working at Leap. I'm also created a thing called Rocka, which I'm going to talk about. I started it, and lots of people who are actually here today also worked on it, which is awesome. And I'm, contrary to possible belief, not a robot. I'm a human, just a terrible one. I swear. So, when you get out of here, I want you to have this question in your head. Why the hell am I not doing this already? Because a lot of things that I'm telling you here is not revolutionary. It's not fantastically new or anything. It's simple. You can do it. And why am I not doing it already? I don't know. But let's see. So, what is the problem? Pretty much this. Images are there, we use them how we use them, and it's fine. No, it's not. Pages have been inundated with images these days. At the beginning, it's just like, a little icon here, a little icon there, a little image there. Now you open a page and bam, this huge image is right in your face. Who here has not seen that pattern before? Okay, that makes it very easy for me. Good. So, it's not fine. Let's look at stuff that is not fine. Resources, for example, on your server. You can do multitasking, but it's not usually a good idea. It can be done. So, it's maybe not a good idea if you're using your server that runs your application that's really critical on making money to also serve out little bytes of images and other things. It just eats up a lot of traffic, and then your images are making your application slow, or the other way around, depending on what you're doing. And the server is not optimized for the task. You're using a server that's just sort of mediocrely doing this thing. Use a different server for your images. Completely different server. Use a different domain. For example, someone from Google made a wonderful talk about connection tools in Chrome, and in there he very detailed told everyone who listened that if you have this, it might be a good idea because you can actually have multiple images downloading at the same time instead of waiting forever. And you can optimize your servers. Application server, image server. Good. Browser caching. Yeah, that's always fun, isn't it? So, it might look fine on the front, but yeah, it's not that great in the back, right? Most of the time it comes down to overwriting. You have the logo. Load a JPEG, customer tells you, hey, you need to change this. It has to be red, not blue. Okay, change it to red, overwrite it, upload it. Oh, I can't see it changed. Well, just reload shift, right? Okay, it works for me. Now this other customer is calling me and telling me it's not changed. What's going on? Well, tell everyone. Right? Yeah, that doesn't work. On top of that, of course, every browser is its little snowflake, and every user's environment on top of that, it's never going to end. You have an absolute shitstorm on your hand. How do you fix that? Simple. Is the image content changing? Change the URL. Problem solved every single time. Some of you are probably familiar with things like Webpack, where it's actually using asset management and changing the URL of the output that it generates. Same thing. Why are we not doing this for images? It's ridiculous. So when you do it, optimize for this pattern. Don't try and make nice URLs. Nobody but pretty much the people in here probably care about that. So just make sure that the customer actually sees what they want to see. And when you do that, send a cache header. Cache it for a year. Doesn't matter, because as soon as you change it, gets another URL, all good. All the problems are solved, right? And of course, performance. The fastest byte is always the byte in it. If it's cached, voila, done. Also, which is very important, it doesn't do a connection. That is cutting down on the latency, and that makes the page feel much, much quicker than you could ever make it with anything else. Then we have HTTP 2. New version. Everything is better, right? Well, sometimes. With HTTP 2, you can have in one connection multiple resource downloading instead of having separate connections for each resource. Now, we're getting a little technical here with the ramping. If you ever watched the download and you've seen this little graph going up, this is the ramping that TCP/IP does for you. It's part of the protocol. You can't get around it. But when you do it with a normal page, you're actually just starting to ramp up. Oh, it's already done. Stops and takes the next one. So even if you have a gigabit internet connection or a 10 gig internet connection, you're never going to use it because it just ramps up in the kilobytes and then stops and does the next one. Not really useful. HTTP 2 combines it into one large chunk, and then it actually can use the bandwidth you have available to you. And of course, less resource on your server. One connection, much, much easier. So, use it. There's a safe fallback, current browser do it, no excuses. Next step, SSL. You should be using SSL, right? All the things. Well, SSL, okay, I know, it's actually TLS, but right now you should have all your images basically served over HTTPS. Multiple reasons. One is you can use any image you have under HTTPS inside of HTTP. You cannot switch it around, otherwise you get nasty security warnings and your customers and users will not be happy. What you also have to keep in mind is if your browser sees the same image over HTTPS, everything the same, and then HTTP, those are two different images. Again, browser cache is useless at that point. And you can save a lot of bandwidth. Formats and sizes, I think some people thought that was the talk that I was giving today, but yes, it has also like one size does not fit all. When you're dealing with images, you should always have the highest resolution of the image available to you. And then from that, go down to the image you want. So scaling down is always fine, and the other way it's sort of poop. And you should always go from the original, scale from there, and not from intermediate ones, because for example, if you use JPEG, then you compress the compressed thing, and then you have blocks, and it looks horrible. Yeah, there's an XKCD about that, I think. And then, of course, format matters. Depending on your content. Now, if you have like an emoji like this, it might make sense to save it as an SVG, or as a PNG, because it's very few colors actually in it. If you have an image like a photograph, JPEG is usually king. But if you're really taking it on in the end, you usually can compress it with WebP and are on the safe side and have the smallest image anyway, if your browser supports it. So, I told you a lot of things that you can do. There's lots of other things that I just can't fit into 15 minutes, I'm sorry. But I have some help for you. And that is one single little tool that is called Rocka. Rocka is a software as a service that we wrote. It's pay as you use, so we have even a free tier, so if you're just having your personal blog or just testing it out, it's completely free, you can use it. You save your image as high-res over an API on the service. Then you can configure output formats you want. And then you have Rocka render it for you and output it over CDN. You just give the URL and that's it. And you have lots of plugins and integrations you can use for WordPress or Drupal, use Symfony and lots of other things with Node.js and everything else. How's it look? You create a URL like this from the data you get. The first part is an organization here. You can create organizations you want, so you can organize your images into folders if you want, or if it's a project, or if it's a customer, or whatever. Then we have what we call stacks. There's different operations in a stack. So this, for example, tells the URL to make the image a certain width and a certain height, and crop it to that, and make sure it's exactly those pixels are output. This is the unique identifier that Rocket gives an image. If you upload an image twice with the exact same content, it will create the exact same identification. So also, if you have the same image in multiple places and you would normally upload it twice or 3 times or 4 times, this way you have one URL for it and not 5. This little bit is basically useless. It's called CEO. You can completely leave it away. You don't have to put it into Rock at all. It's just you can write in whatever you want in there and it will spit something out. So if I'm saving this image now from this URL, it would say my name on it and .jpg, so it looks a little nicer, but you don't have to use it. Rocker just ignores it. And of course you can have format, and what we actually do is if you're configuring your stack to have a certain option, then we will guess format that's best for the browser that's actually using it. So on my Chrome right now, for example, I'm getting WebP, although it says JPEG. And if you can't handle it, then we'll output JPEG as the fallback. Or if you remove the CEO stuff and it looks like this. But there's a little bit more that we can do. Cropping. Maybe some of you have seen these bags. They're sold right around the corner here at Freitag. So we have these images. Freitag is interested in bringing the bags out, right? This is their product. This is what we need. So when we auto crop something, and you crop usually by position, and then you crop to the right, and then, well, that's not really what we want. So we created something called subject areas, where you can either read from the EXIF data an image, which you can put in with Photoshop or with some interfaces we have or the API, and then you define these are the things that are interesting to me. We crop again, and voila. It looks much nicer. But we're not focusing on the people here, or we're focusing on face or anything. We're really cropping down to the actual subject areas we're interested in the bags, right? We want to see them. So we can just punch in, or we can give different formats, and overall we're getting actually the results that we want. The output URL is the exact same for all of those images. The only difference was which of the identifiers I'm using. So it makes it very simple. Okay, so where does it fit in? Public images, web images, stuff you want to have out there. Any volume, CMS, lots of performance, of course, all the things that I told you, and lots of other things that we're doing is in there for web and mobile. And you can use it as an infrastructure service, which is why we came up with it. So you have something that you can use, and then you can actually concentrate on your application and all this other stuff. So Rocket does web images, not only that, and as good as possible, so you don't have to. But of course, you can take all the things I said and implement them yourself. So I'm actually done, but I have one more cool thing if you want to see it. Anyone wants to see it? Yeah. Okay. So big images, we talked about before, right? You get on the page, you have this huge image, and then you need to wait until it loads, and then the page loads slow, and what is this going on? So lots of people come up with little ideas of how to fix that. One of them is just you ignore it and just have a white page or a background color or something, and then pop, there's the image, and it just, whoa, what is this? So we have something a little bit different. What if, instead of having a white background, you have something like this one, right? This is a process that we use called primitives, where it just takes a primitive form, like ellipsis in this case, and then tries to approximate the image based on this. This is one of the lowest forms that I can make it, and still is similar to what we have. Or you can up the number of ellipses a little bit. Yeah, probably can guess 1 or 2 things on here. Maybe now a little bit more is going on. But you can also use other primitives instead of ellipses, for example, just rectangles. Now it's already a little closer to what you guess. Or one of the ones that we prefer is this one with feathered boxes around it. And now imagine this thing loads very quickly on your page because it's an SVG. You can inline it easily, and boom, your page is loaded and you see this. And then the actual image loads and it switches, and there we go. And when you see this, switch this, it's not like you're getting hit in the face, but you actually can sort of understand what's going on even before you even actually see the picture. So, now that's it. Thank you.